So, Auntie Perppy,
Yes,
our
sir.
conversation today is about parenting.
Okay.
There's a lot I want to know about parenting because sometimes you see, I think people think parenting, um, I think there are other angles to look at when it comes to parenting.
Yes.
Because sometimes you see some parents and how they instill discipline in their child, and there are some that you see them and it's like you ask yourself, and all that. And so I'd want to find out from you as a mother, how has parenting changed you and the challenges that comes with parenting? Yeah.
All right. So where do I start?
Start from anywhere. The beginning.
Beginning. Okay. So
Yeah.
So God has blessed me with 3 kids. So let's start with the first one. So don't forget that when you are pregnant, parenting starts from there, because you are advised to talk to the child in your womb.
You talk to the child in your womb.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, no. I'll have to ask my mom if she did that.
She did.
Okay.
And they can hear. The kids, yes.
They can hear you.
Yes. Especially when they start kicking. And then the months keep going. You know, people normally say we want to abort the baby because he's not yet a human being. The Bible says that when you were clothed in your mother's womb, I knew you.
Yeah.
So immediately there's a clot of blood that you think is not yet a fetus. God has already seen it as a child. So where people always go by it's not yet a baby, it's not formed to be a human being. So I want to get rid of it. It's already a human being before God.
Yeah.
That is a mistake we do. Because he said, even when you were a cloth of blood in your mother's womb, I knew you. And you know somebody because a person is a human being.
Yeah.
Not a ghost. Not a passing thing. So it's already a human being. So never think that it's just blood, it's not yet a human being. So I'm taking it out. No.
It's a human being.
It's a human being. That is what the Bible says. If it's not yet a human being, God
before
will not
I formed you.
Thank you. So when the spermatozoids were just running, going to meet the egg, the Lord is already forming you. Immediately it penetrates.
I'm now understanding the scripture. Before I formed you. So before you were formed.
Exactly. So immediately there's a penetration here. There's a human being there. God has already known you, your existence, what you are going to do, the gifts He's going to impart there. As it begins to grow, He adds up. The one He needs to take out, He takes out. Additions, He does that. Turning you here and there. You know, in the villages, they have something called muchia.
Yeah.
So God was doing all those. So never think that when there's it's just 3 weeks, so it's not yet a human being. Wait. It's a big error. A very big one.
That's what people think.
Oh, yes. It's a very big error. So there's already a human being there. So you talk to the child. Hey, how are you? You know, mommy loves you a lot. Daddy adores you. You're going to grow up to be a great person. You're going to be a prophet. You're going to be the best president of the country. Oh, it works now. You think if your mother had not spoken to you, you'll be here. You'll be a great Ginna.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
That speaks. You lay your hand and you pray over the child. So parenthood starts from there. The words you speak, you are nurturing it. You realize that when you are going to sit in a car or something, then immediately you do this.
Yeah.
You hold your tummy. You're providing security for the child already. Because as a woman, the first instinct, you do this. You're protecting so that you wouldn't fall. When there's something, what are you doing? Security.
Yeah.
Nurturing. You make sure that you are providing security for the child. When the child comes in, something, you wrap the child up, providing warmth for the child. So you see, God is so wonderful. It doesn't start when the child has grown already.
Yeah, it starts from the womb.
It starts from the womb. And that is what we are forgetting. I said the child should grow kakra. I said, what's that? No. No. It's like you growing a plant. Somebody told me a story where the person said that he planted two plants. One day he would just talk to this soil, ask for you be crooked, you are this, you are this. Then he talked positive here. And it affected it.
So it was intentional.
It was intentional. And there was an effect. He wanted to see if it would affect. Yes. Yeah. And it works.
Words are powerful.
Very powerful. And you should know that we live in a world that we see just 10% of the things around us because we don't have a third eye.
That's true.
What is surrounding us is more than what we see. That is why visions are not given to everybody. They are given to people who God think they can handle.
Yeah.
And have the courage and the capacity to hold. Let me say,
no, you can handle.
Hey, you need a lot of courage because sometimes the things you see and the attacks you go through, even this small ones, guys.
This small ones, guys, we want to cry.
Exactly. So if God knows that you can't handle it, He doesn't give it to you. So then, as a parent, parenting is all about raising a child with love in an atmosphere where there's security. And then, so that you could guide them physically, mentally, emotionally, thereabouts.
You said your mom was very strict. At the time, do you think that she was looking out for you?
Yes. Even though sometimes I feel that if she had given room a little, once in a while, you pick the kids, you take them out.
Yeah.
You give them exposure. You see what is happening.
She doesn't take you out?
No, she won't take you out.
Oh.
She won't take you out. No,
but even on weekends?
Saturday, Sunday, sorry. Sunday,
busy.
So that is why she structured her things. To me, my own will be influenced so badly.
Yeah.
Because you see, if you don't get the right influence, because you feel that your parents are too strict, you'd want to listen to a friend.
Yeah.
And what advice is a friend giving you?
But sometimes I feel said, as a parent, you think you are very strict. You are looking out for the child near there. But when the child goes out there now, because you were in boarding school, in school she wasn't around.
Yeah, but most of the time she can't visit. So
but we still have people that your parents will come visit. But then,
yes,
yes, you get it. Yes. So it's not really about your parents, and we have some parents that are strict, but their children, at the end of the day, they go wayward.
They go wayward. And then, from my background, I know where I was coming from. So there were things that I wouldn't engage myself in.
Okay.
Yes, we wouldn't baby. I would feel by maybe we hold my phone when she
Yeah.
That I be here now. Yeah. So I knew where I was also coming from. You see, sometimes when you over pamper the child to a ginseng, it goes off hand. So there were things I know that if I go and do, my mommy will not come and stand by me. You go and play the phone or go and do something and then you are suspended. She'll not come and beg for you. My mother will not come and beg for you. You come home. Because me, as I'm back to school, my father said, those times not the results were not in. And then we didn't know the school I was going to. My father said, hey, who school for fan go at the pump? Those times they had yes. Those times they had some weird way of
especially when it comes to the girl child.
Exactly, girl child. Are you getting the point? I see you say at the palm today. If you are into a friend say fashion design, big money,
very
big time money. But he had some way of, as you say, they had some. I don't know how they were thinking. I didn't know their way of thinking. No, but my mommy didn't give up on me. Trust. Wow. She waited. So we went to. She went with me to agree. When I went, I was the fourth person even on the list.
Oh wow!
Yes, on the notice board. You see, my mommy has seen something in me my daddy had not seen.
Yes.
Because most of the time, you would either go for night or afternoon shift. So most of the time, we were with our mom. most of the time he's going to work.
Mm.
So you see, parenting, nurturing. Are you getting the point? Education.
Yeah.
Building up their skills. What have you seen about child? You should always also know that children are not the same.
Yeah.
I have two girls and a boy. The first girl is the sanguine, she cry, she doesn't mind. She will just smile, laugh about it and go. But the second one is not like that. Very reserved and very emotional. The words I'll use on the first one that wouldn't affect her would affect the second one. Yesterday, I picked them from school. And when she entered the car, she was crying. I said, what is the problem? The second one, I said, what is your problem? She won't talk. Nothing. Yes, still she was crying. You would have to pester her before she talks. She would want to keep everything to herself. A person like that, you can't use the same method of nurturing with the first one and the second one. What was the issue? She said that she got 8/10 and the teacher came here.
8/10?
Yes, and the teacher came here.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And she's been crying and crying and crying. We were in the car. I said, were you the only one that came in at school? She said, no. And I said, because you didn't do it right. If you had done it right and got 10/10,
yeah.
and got 10/10, your teacher would have beat you. Because before you know, your teacher was expecting more from you.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it. But she doesn't see it like that. The fact that the teachers, when you're 8 now, the teacher but she didn't see the other aspects of it. Because you see, for all you know, your teacher saw something in you and realized that you could even do better than what you have done.
Yeah.
So I'm not caning you because
you got it way wrong.
But I expected that you could get it.
Yeah.
Another
You
nurturing.
could do better.
You could do better, education-wise.
Yeah.
I always say that, you see, so when she came and then she was crying and I had gone to attack the teacher.
Yeah.
Why did you beat my child? But you see, you should know the child you are bringing up.
Yeah.
Teachers are like wives. A wife is a helper to the husband. A teacher is a helper to a parent.
That's true.
Yes, a parent is supposed to do about 80%. The teacher always just does the 20% left.
Do you think the teacher does 20%? Because I was having this conversation with a friend and I was telling him that I feel the children spend more time with their teachers more than their parents because a child will go to school. I think they spend roughly
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Almost 8 to 9 hours.
Yes, almost 8 to 9 hours with their teachers. They come home by maybe 8:30. They are sleeping. How many hours from Avia? They close at 4. And then
even 4, we are not even home.
Yes, most of the time you are not home. So you get to see your child. Maybe you get like you come from work by 7, you're home. You get to see the child for like 2 hours or 3 hours. The next morning the child is gone back to school.
Yeah.
So it's only on weekends. Weekends, Nikra, Saturdays, they'll go to Saturday classes. So maybe Sunday. So it's like weekend, you spend like 24 hours with the child. So I think that teachers do a lot of work when it comes to
yes.
We have some parents that when the kids are on vacation, they still want their teachers to take over.
Yes.
They'll be like, don't worry, I'll pay you. Let them come and have their
which
vacation with you. Yeah.
You see, when it happens like that, as parents, we neglect our responsibilities. And we think that the teacher should do everything for us. Don't forget that the teacher also has other responsibilities. That is where peer pressure comes in. Now then, the friends around give suggestions. I went to Google, I went to TikTok, I went to see this. So let's share. Let's try it. Try what? You see, so as parents as we are, no matter how busy we find ourselves, we should try as much as possible to be there for the kids.
Yeah.
As a father, if you think that your workload is so tight, at least twice or school. That's what my husband would always want to go drop them, no matter where he's going.
I think you have a very understanding husband.
He will go and drop them because he knows that he might not be able to get enough time spending with them.
Yeah.
So as he's going to drop the kids driving, he talks with them. What is it? Yesterday, what happened? So at least you get a gist of what is going on
In their lives.
in their lives.
Yeah.
But you see, some parents would just think that fine, they spend more time with the teacher, so follow like that. But make an effort in the lives of the children. My kids know that about KFC there, daddy. Oh, daddy, dear Beko.
Yeah.
I say, no. Daddy, we can go to another place and go and buy something. But immediately, could just school bag is full. Mommy, my bag is full too. Mommy, my sneakers are too. So, they have divided the responsibilities. They have divided it. Because there are things I won't tolerate.
Are you strict like your mom?
No, not like my mom. But I think I pick a bit of it. Yes. Yeah. But you see, that is why my husband is the calm type. He would talk to you, but I'm the yeah. After that, I'm done. I get it. We can't both be too soft on them.
Yeah. That's
if you are too soft on them, sometimes they take advantage. The kids who are coming now, they are more smarter. They are very smart.
Is that Gen Alpha? Is it Gen Alpha? Because we have Gen Z and then we have the Gen Alpha.
They are smarter.
Very smart.
What they know, you know nothing about. I asked my little boy, he's 7. And then I asked him in the morning, he's supposed to take care of what do you call it? Emptying the bins and other things. Now I've asked him to wash his briefs. So he washes his briefs, he washes his socks and everything. Then I asked him to do something. Asked him to go and clean the hall or something. She let me say, man, mommy, man.
Hey.
I said, hey. I said, Coach, what did you say? I didn't say anything.
What call you answer back?
You know that,
wow.
Yes. The things they are watching.
Yeah.
That you can pick your phone and by the time you're like, he's on Google, he's on YouTube. Me, what I said, the friends and okay, I tell you to do 10. He just picks your phone. And the things, and sometimes the apps he is aware of and the things they do on your phone, you are not even aware.
Yeah. Wow.
So we need to, in as much as possible as we are busy, we need to spend just a little time. Observe them. When Kojo comes home, he's calm. One day, I decided to go early to pick them. So I was behind their door, their gates, and I was watching. They were doing PE. Hey, brah. No, I don't know what to form. No, row. I said, because you're not the one who watches the things. Playing and running all over. When the game, I said, hey, brah, is that how you behave in school? Is that how you behave in school? But in the house, you do that too.
Very calm.
I said, you wash your uniform. I said, Mommy, I'll wash.
Hey. How old is he?
He's 7.
7?
I'm telling you.
Wow.
So if you think that they don't know, they know better.
Yeah.
They know better than you. What we didn't know at age 5, 7, and 10.
Yeah, they know.
Yes. What we knew at 15 and 14, now 7, 5, they know. So in as much as possible, I was saying, other than that, a way of fala.
Yeah.
It will take you by surprise. That is why when kids go to the university, they have a different character. At home, they have a different character. Because you see, they are learning behind our backs. Yeah. And all we are looking is this way, straight. We are not turning to the left. We are not turning to the right. We are not checking what is behind us. What we know is like this, and that is all. But we need to go the extra mile. When they pick your phone, you know that there are things, when you leave your phone for them, there are things they go to watch that you could do restrictions on.
Yes. I think there are certain settings you can even do on your phone. Yeah.
I saw something on social media. The woman has connected her phone and her son's to her phone. Her son's, so immediately she goes on another site, she can lock it from there. But I don't think we have that app. I was just watching. The son was the son was supposed to go make your bed, dress up your room. He didn't do it all. Sitting by the phone throughout. Almost 2 to 3 hours. The mother came. He was even talking until class and mommy friend. So the mommy just off all the apps on her phone. Kojo will tell you, man, you can do that. So once again, parenting is not fine. The teachers are doing what they can.
Yeah.
They are doing much, but we shouldn't leave it all for the teachers. The kids know that we are their parents. Sometimes you would even say something and they'll tell my teacher said, I shouldn't do it like that.
Yes.
Kojo, you bring homework. Kojo,
some of them listen to their teachers more. Yeah.
Are you getting it? Because we have given too much space. The things where we should have even occupied, we are leaving it for the teachers to do the work for us. But you should also know that, you see, we come from different environments. We have different temperaments.
Yes.
The environment in which I was brought up, my kids have a different environment now. So there are things I'll tone down, but I'll still need to instill discipline in them. When the kids get to a certain age, maybe they are about 5, 6, 7, and 8, give them responsibilities. Is you the
5,
parent?
6, 7, and 8.
Oh, yes. Kojo empties the bins.
Okay.
The last time he brought his lunch back home, he picked his bowl and he saw that there are other bowls. He washed his bowl and went to sit down. And I asked him, what did you just do? He said, I washed my bowl. I said, did you see the things in the sink? He said, yes. I asked him, why didn't you wash? Nothing. I said, did you eat your food? He said, yes. I asked him, who cooked the food for you? He said, Mommy. I said, so you expect that I'll cook for you? You came to meet things in the sink. You will just wash what is yours and leave the rest. He was
the fact that he's like you are training your male child. You know, there's some male children that they don't let them do anything in their house.
Yeah, that is what we want to stop. I belong to a women's group. And you see, sometimes what comes out, those times, me wapon school aba. You go also ban. We want to stop those things. Are you getting the point? When my son goes to marry, I expect that he should be able to help his wife. He should be able to help at home. You won't come from the house, from school, drop your socks anywhere, drop your school bag anywhere, and that is it. You won't talk about it. You have seen as a mother that you can't just let your son just loiter things about. Can't you talk about it? Pick your bag. When you close from school, put it here. Your shoe, pick it up. When you remove your socks, put your socks back into your shoe so they don't get missing. And then it becomes another issue for your mother the next day to go look for it.
Yeah.
And when you are late, you say, Mommy didn't bring us to school early. Whose problem was it? If you had put in your socks right in your shoe, when the next day you are supposed to go wear it, you find it.
Yeah.
But when it's under the bed and we are going around searching for it, whose fault was it? Mine or yours? And as a parent, whose fault was it? You didn't talk about it when you saw it.
Yeah.
You think it's somebody's fault? You think it's the teacher's fault? When you came and you saw it and you didn't talk about it?
Yeah.
Parenting. We should do our part as parents. The teachers are doing this.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the child is 15 years before you start correcting the child. Even Bible says, train a child the way he should go. Today I was reading something from, is it Deuteronomy 6 and 7. It says that, you see, tell your children. You see, those times, some of the Israelites didn't come to meet the pharaohs and other things. And it was telling them, tell them about it. If you don't tell, they don't know the history.
Yeah.
So they think that there's nothing there. So we need to tell our children. We need to correct them when they are wrong.
So, you know, this time around with social media, like you said, in your days, it was Nokia 3310.
3310 PMP.
Yeah. But now with social media and the kids having to, like, we have 10 years old with phones, 5 years with phones. Do you think there is some kind of pressure? And how do you deal with it?
One, it has its advantage and disadvantages. Because even when I buy a phone for my girl to do research, she will want to have an email address before she will use her phone.
Yeah.
Because you need an email to use Google. And
but mostly they say you have to be 18 years and above. So
exactly.
Don't they use yours?
Oh, they use mine. But you see, That's why I was telling you that they know what you might not even know. By the time you realize, she even has an account on TikTok.
Hey.
Oh, yes. I'm talking from experience. They have an account on TikTok without you even know. How did they get to know? A friend created. So they feel that, you can do it like this. And I asked somebody, and this friend said, so I can do it like that. By the time you realize, it is there. And now you have video editors. By the time you realize on their WhatsApp page, is this my daughter? You can create your own the earrings
the AIs and stuff.
And AIs and what do you do? So social media has its positive aspects and its negative aspects, but it's still about control.
Yeah.
Because you see, no matter what you do, you can't prevent it. You think you are preventing, by the time you realize it's too late and it had even messed up. So open up, talk to them. We are human beings. Talk to them. Are you getting it? And then be sharp, because now they are sharper.
Yeah.
So you also have to be sharp. You follow sharp now. My friends in Nigeria will tell you, follow sharp.
So back to parenting. How does your husband plays a role in it? I'm talking from, I wouldn't say experience, but I've seen certain people, like the mother has to take care of the child herself without a man in her life. Of course, a man got her pregnant, but after the pregnancy, there was no man to take care of the child. So would you say your husband, in a way, has helped you to shape your children, discipline them in the way that you want them?
Yeah. I think he has even done more than me, myself. Because, you see, that's why I was saying that he makes sure that every morning he's the one taking them to school. He's the one taking them to school. And he makes sure that he talks to them. He's the one with them going to church. They are there, they talk. Sometimes he's at church in meeting. You have to sit and wait for daddy as they are coming. Sometimes, when after church, they wouldn't want to even eat at home. We are eating out. After
yes.
church? Oh, yes, sometimes, yes. If we want to eat kinky, we all go and buy kinky. Everybody, what do you want to eat? So sometimes I feel that my husband even does better than myself. And I would always say thank you to him because he's doing a good job. You see, and then you were saying that sometimes a woman was being impregnated by a man. I don't know why sometimes men shy away from responsibilities. But you are not ready for a responsibility. Don't go acting on what will bring responsibilities.
Yeah.
Don't go acting on what will bring responsibilities. That is why you were saying that my male child, there are things I want to impart into him now. You see, if you don't impart into him now, and you are waiting till he's 16 and 15, it will be too late, because at that time, he has gotten roots. I getting the point. So I don't want my son to be able to cook. I don't want my son to know that the kitchen is not for just a lady. I want my son to know that when you wash, it doesn't degrade you. I would want my son to know that when you see something wrong, you see that there's something falling down, and you see it, you can't bypass and go because it's a lady's job. No. You need to be responsible as a man.
I think most of this parenting thing contributes to marriage and how people behave in their marriages. Whether it's a man or a woman, how they behave. Because most of the time, your upbringing shapes your marriage as well.
Yes.
Because what your parent taught you, you make sure that in your marriage, we see it.
Yes.
So there are some that Bema no fear, they don't do anything. And so when they get married, they don't want to do anything. They will not cook. Ne plates on chuchim. They are looking at their wife to do everything. And so with this mindset, I wish every parent would have the same mindset. Whether your child is a male or female, you have to make sure that you treat them equally.
Exactly.
Responsibilities must be shared equally. So that, because we all complain in our generation, but how did it start?
And are we even correcting it? We are complaining, but we are not doing anything about it.
That's the thing.
We are not doing anything about it.
Because like you are training your child,
Yes.
whether your female child or your male child, when they go and get married, whoever they will get married to, if the person's parent didn't do the work,
Yes,
it will be as if you. It's
and
serious.
you see, funny enough, you see, when they go to the boys' schools, they wash their things. Oh. The boys, don't they wash their things?
Oh, they do.
They wash.
Yeah.
When they eat, do they go carry a maid to come clean?
They do it.
So why do they have that mentality that, and when I'm in the house there, somebody needs to do it for me? I let my son sweep. Her elder sister, I've shared the responsibilities. The second one takes care of the mobbing inside. The adult one takes outside. Now, when her elder sister is going to school, the male takes care of her sister's job. You will sweep.
Did you know that your husband was this responsible before getting married to him? Whilst you were dating, did you see signs?
Oh, yes, I saw signs.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of signs there. I saw a lot of signs. And he was in the security agency. So there were things that he was also very disciplined about. Very disciplined about it. There are things that you need to do. On my wedding day, you told me about you later.
He told you that.
Oh, he told me. So when I finished dressing, I got there. They've not even started open prayer. Because my pastor, you can ask my pastor.
Also, remember no.
Also, who they late? You say me time they find Diago.
Wow.
Yes. So by then I come vows I'm cool. Because he was very particular about, especially time. He doesn't want to go somewhere and be late. No. He was very particular about it. So there are things I also picked from him. On Saturday morning, me and Koju, we'll sit down, we wash. You're
7-year-old.
Oh, yes, we'll sit down and wash. We wash. I get it. So I'm pleading. I wish that other parents will let their sons know that you don't get belittled when you learn responsibilities at home or chores at home. As they grow, you increase their responsibilities. When they are kids, you give them more ones. When they are growing, you add up. Because you see, if I have 3, the first one will go to the university. The second one will be going to SS. To be left with just the 2 of us, plus your father, your daddy. Can I take up everything, Auntie Ginna? No. I have a program I need to prepare to go and sing. The place is dirty because there's me. I don't have a maid, so because there's nobody to clean, the place must be dirty like that. No, it will be left with me because all of them they are going to school. When I will KG, I will class 2, grade 2. So you have a long way with me. So am I going to take all the responsibilities? Can I do everything?
Yeah.
No, I can't do everything. I can't take up everything. So then, why not start now? And let him know that doing things on your own, being independent, is a benefit to you yourself and your own future.
Yeah.
You don't do it for me. You do it for yourself.
Has your relationship changed when the baby started coming in? I mean, your relationship with your husband? Because there are times where when you are with your husband alone, it's different.
Yes.
When children start coming in, it's like you're sharing responsibilities and all that.
Yes.
And so you don't get to have fun and all that.
Yes.
At first, maybe the two of you would go, maybe you can go on vacations, go out and all that, but now they are children.
Yes.
And as a woman, most of the time you see that women tend to, the responsibilities more, and so they are looking out for their children more than their husbands or partners.
I think that when the kids started coming in, he took some responsibilities. Like sometimes, so with feeding of the child, or changing the diapers.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. And
wow.
Yes. Over changing diapers. And the tray be cry. Or say second one crap. I try about the back say or pick him, put him in the car, then they just go around so that you could get some time for yourself. That one day, I'll give it to him. There are things that he won't do, but there are other things you wouldn't even ask. He would virtually do it for you. I get in the point. And then we didn't have meats, or we didn't have a lot of health outside.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just us. So in as much as possible, we tried as much as possible to do things on our own. So that one day I'll give it to him. Because sometimes I even say that some of the things he does even better than me.
No.
Yeah.
And there is also one thing I want to know: how your pregnancy journey was like. How's your pregnancy journey?
My pregnancies are very terrible.
Oh, so it's actually different with every woman.
Yes, very terrible. So from hospital to home, if I'm pregnant now, you won't recognize me. I become as thin as maybe a model.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, it's very terrible. I am the type that nothing stays, and then when it happens like that, you have to be rushed to because you can't drink water, you can't eat. For all my pregnancies,
All your pregnancies,
all my pregnancies, so they were very terrible.
Hey,
very terrible.
Now I'm scared.
Yes, you are vomiting. Yeah, and you know I'm the spitting type too. Every time my mouth is full. As for me, I said all the advantages they collected them and gave them to me. The disadvantages were very, very much. Yes. So my pregnancy was a bit challenging.
Wow.
Very, very challenging. Yes. And then a lot of miscarriages here too. So it was so that is how come I'm saying that I got a very good man. Because he was there throughout, held my hand throughout, gave me helping hand throughout. It was my pregnancies are challenging, very challenging. You hospital. We are 3 days near Sandoko.
Then that means you're going
in
and out of the hospital.
The first one was even worse. Second worse. You obane you wait. If you ask why you kakra obedi so I came to accept that was mine. That is how God
with all your
made
children.
all the children.
Ish.
All the children.
Hey, this is serious.
Yes, all the children.
I thought they said say or buy a different, buy a different.
No, with me. No with me. No with me. At all.
So as a Christian, how do you make sure that the word of God is impacted in your children's life?
One day I was asking my little boy, "How are you?"
We were talking about the fact that in the older generation,
yes,
there were some ethics and values that they instill in children.
Yes,
but now our generation don't do that.
Yes, isn't it? Sometimes it's not even about they not doing it; they do it, and the thing is, are the kids even paying attention? Because sometimes you see, you even instill it in the kids when they are with you, they'll do it. When they go out, they have a different character. So then, where is the line being drawn? Is it that the influence from outside is more than the influence at home?
Yeah.
I get in the point because you would teach a child that, okay, Kwame, when you are talking, you say please to a person. When they go to their friends, Charlie, what's up? They forget everything you
taught
as
them.
if you didn't even say what you said. So then where is the gap? What is the real issue? Is it that they don't take it, or the influence from their peers is more than what we are doing at home? Maybe we need to buckle up a bit.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes, yes.
So there are some women in the Bible that I know that their story inspires you.
Yes.
Can you mention a few and how their story inspires you?
I think the first person I'll talk about was Abigail. You know, Bible says that Abigail married a man who was a fool. Oh yes, that is what the Bible said. Nabal. The man was rich, but he was not using wisdom. Can you imagine that you are a man who is worthy? Like he was very wealthy. You know, those times, if they say somebody is rich, it is not about the money he has, but the camels, the sheep, the cows, and then those are the things they quantify as somebody being worthy or rich. So, and these animals need to graze. So what they did was that when they go into the wilderness, David and his soldiers, at that time, Saul was still pursuing David. So David and his soldiers would always make sure that they guided your animals. And they were all safe. Then they will come back. Then one day, David says that, oh, my people are hungry. Please, can you give us one of your animals? Just give us one and add some water to it. He said, don't mind that foolish boy. Who is that David? Do I even know him? A warrior who has been in the wilderness and very hungry with his soldiers. So the warrior came to report him back to David that, oh, this is what the man said. Oh. He said, get me about 500 warriors. Going to fight just a man. A man. So Jenny, what they and then the troops. You can imagine what they would have done. They would have massacred everybody at home. So one of the servants quickly came to Abigail and said, Madam, there's war coming. He said, what is it? Narrated all the issues. This is a man who protects us. Make sure our animals are fed. Make sure we have security. Go and come back in the wilderness. And at that time, it is whoever is strong takes it all. So this is it. Quickly, Abigail said, give me loaves of bread, 200 loaves of bread. Give me water. Give me wine. Give me drinks and kill animals. Quickly, you take it. Quickly, she met David on the way. She said, I will not even let you talk. I'm on my knees as a woman. She was a protector. She was a woman of wisdom. What the husband didn't even see, what the man couldn't even do. She said, please, forgive my stupid husband.
She called her husband stupid.
Forgive my foolish husband. Please, I know you're a great man. And if you decide to do anything today, you can do it and do better. Please, feed this thing to your people. Bread, Fanta, cook, wine. You can imagine. So one, Abigail saved her home with that gesture she did. Because either that, David would have just killed. So let's say that if it was a village and an estate with other people, he would have massacred everybody. Because I wouldn't know who's your servant and who doesn't belong to the family. So she saved the whole city.
Marrying a wise woman is important.
Very necessary.
That was why you were talking about the neck.
Exactly.
The woman being the neck.
Very, very necessary. Because you see, if you marry a foolish woman, you get money today, she'll help you squander everything. Tomorrow you go back to square one. My mother always told me something. He said, marry a man with vision, not a man with money.
A man with
vision.
But money is also important.
It's important. But you see, if I have a house full of money and I don't have any aim in life, I don't have any vision, I'll squander the money within 2 months and I'll go back to the streets begging. But if I have wisdom, I have vision, even if I don't have money, I know ways in which I can make money. I know ways in which I could take a risk so that this opportunity can open. I know ways in which I could invest this little money I have for it to grow. I know which treasury bills to buy. I know which investments to do. But if I don't have money, today, let's do party. Let's do barbecue. Tomorrow, Charlie, let's go here. Tomorrow, let's go to this club. By the time you realize, everything is gone.
Yeah.
So you look out and marry a man with a vision and not a man with the money.
So ladies, marry a man with vision, not a man with money. But the money too.
It's good.
It's good though.
Money is good. Money is very good. Money is very good. Very good. Because if you have money, you don't have somebody advising you on how to use the money. And today we are partying here. Tomorrow we are going to this barbecue. Tomorrow we are doing this. I'm telling you, by the time you realize, I said the man will get finished. I say, it's a coward day. I want to buy it too. Money has feathers and they fly. So if you don't invest, that will give you profit later. You should know that you have lost.
How important is money when it comes to raising kids?
It is very necessary. Without money, how does your children go to school? So if you have gotten a man who had money, only money, without vision, today we'll go to KFC. Tomorrow we are going to Dubai. By the time you realize the money is gone.
Yeah.
But if you have a man who has just little and had invested and know that, okay, the profit that came out of this investment is 20 cedis. Okay, this time around, I'm investing it into my children's school. So I'm buying treasury bills of 55 cedis for Kofi, 5 cedis for Amma for the next 5 years. What will be the profit? Then you reinvest.
Yeah.
But a man with money, today we are going to Dubai. I'm buying you tablet. Tomorrow I'm buying. What would they use it for?
Yeah. That's true.
What would they use it for? Now, when the money gets finished, how do you get money to pay their fees? How do you feed your house?
Yeah.
How do you take care of your home? All the money is gone at a go. So it's very, very necessary.
Who's the second
Money is
woman?
good.
Yeah.
Money is good, though.
Yeah.
The second woman is it Deborah? The warrior, right?
Yeah, Deborah was a warrior.
You know, she was a warrior, but she had somebody who was ahead of her, who was a man. And there was this enemy from, is it Syria, who was tormenting them all over. And she was praying, and then God said they should go to war. Go, the victory will come. Then Deborah goes to her first in command. He said, God said we should go. The man says, no, me, I'm afraid. She said, so you go. If you don't go, God will raise another woman.
Yeah.
The victory will come, but the glory will not come to you. Courage, boldness. What happened? Another woman, the enemy went for war, went to look for another tent to hide in, and automatically he slept. So then, Deborah and her team were looking for. Then a maid or somebody, another woman, took a peg. You know, those and they call it peg. I say pentua. Nailed it into the enemy's forehead, plug it down, and threw his head down. So Deborah and the team were looking, said, oh, come, I have him. So Deborah was leading. They went into the room. The man was dead with his head nailed down there. You see, the glory came to the woman, but not the man. Courage, boldness, and then seeking the face of God. You need to go by the ways of the Lord.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. If the man was bold enough, he could have led, but he couldn't go.
Yeah.
So the woman took it up. The thing that men thought they could do, the woman did better.
That's true.
Yes. Another example is Esther. Esther saved her people by going before the king. The king said that, yes, Haman has done his worst. I can't revoke the decree, but I'll give you equipment to fight. You need to fight and redeem yourself. And then, at normal circumstances, these people were foreigners in a country. They don't have a right to have guns. They don't have a right to have bombs to go to war. But the same king who made the decree decided that I'll give you everything that you need. Train and win the war, even though they are my people. The power of a woman, the strength of a woman. God has given us something that we don't even know we have. If you could just go within you and sit down, what are my strengths? What can I do? Have you realized that when there's an issue, everybody will come. People will talk, big men will talk. But when you speak one word, when you speak two, everybody keeps quiet and listens to your wisdom. As a woman, have you seen that you have a power? Power of speech. Power of making people listen. You are an encourager. You are a strength to work on with. As a woman, I realized that, when the things that people cannot even do, I do and do better. Have you realized that? So what can I do about it? Work on it. There are things I can do. There are investments I could invest in. Management. I could be a leader. Sometimes you go to workplaces and what the women are doing, the men are not doing. The gist of it. Just that because we say they are the head. You know, if you realize where a male-dominated companies, when they see that some women are progressing, they feel threatened.
Yes.
You see, that is how strong God has made women. We are the men even see us as strength, but we ourselves, we don't even see our strength.
Yeah.
If we could just sit down a little and know the strength we have within us, we are good to go. Somebody can be there, a female, like we are friends, whatever. You realize that before you realize what you are doing, you've spoken everything about you. The person could just investigate. Good journalist could just investigate, make you talk, make you laugh. By the time we're done, what probably you go? A good investigator, a good journalist, a good security agency.
Wow.
We have a lot. We just have to know who we are.
Yeah.
And establish it.
Our conversation today is so interesting. I wish it wouldn't come to an end, but we are coming to an end. Auntie Perppy, I want you to inspire someone out there.
I want you to know that God never fails anybody. He said, call on me and I will answer. He says, seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be open. So you may be praying. You may be doing everything you could, but I want you to know that don't get frustrated to make the wrong decision. Now, as a Christian, you know that you are praying. A married man comes. A married woman comes. It's not yours. This is a big red flag. You don't say that because nobody is coming, so let me take it like that. You don't take anything like that. God didn't say you should take it like that. A married man and a married woman is not yours. It's a red flag. You don't even go there. What is your faith like? Would you stand the same person you are praying to? Then another faith comes and say that, no, it is not. You have prayed. Wait for him to give you the right person. Wait for the sign. It will come. It will come. Don't be frustrated by what people say. Yes, they'll say you're a human being, but stand on your grounds. Sometimes you just need to be firm on what you want. You have told God about it. So wait for him to give you the answer.
Don't tell me in a rush.
Exactly. When God told Abraham that I'm going to give you a child, it took him 25 years. You think it will come tomorrow because you said it today? No.
2 years, Grano.
Oh, no, please. The right person will come. When they come, they will come. And you see, when they come, they are not also human beings and they are not perfect. But at least God will give you 60%. Then both of you work out the 40. There are things that are major. It is not the man who has hair on the head, the chest, that God will give you. God will not give you. God will give you Sakura. He will give you my own son.
It's like you're praying that God will give you a tall man. Then the one that will come will be
short. Me, dear God, I like this this tribe. I don't like this tribe. God will not give you the tribe you want. God will not give you that. Those are not things that God looks at for. He said, I'll give you a man after your own heart. It is not the tribe, and then a matter to Irade.
Yeah.
It is what is within the person, and then a matter to God. So God will give you what your heart desires, but not the things that are not necessary. So if you are waiting, please don't be frustrated. Don't let anybody influence you and tell you that oche. Rely and believe that He's a God who has promised you, and He will fulfill it. That is all you need. The assurance that you need. He will fulfill what He has told you.
He will fulfill what He has told you about.
He said, children are a gift from God. If He gives the gifts to you and you can't manage it, He won't give it to you. If He thinks that you are ready to be able to manage what He's going to give you, He will give it to you. I was telling you something that we don't have a third eye, so there are things that we don't see. If He thinks that He gives you the gift now and your enemies will kill you tomorrow, He will not give you the gift.
That's true.
So sometimes we are too desperate about it. It has taken 4 years. It has taken 10 years. I know somebody's won 15 years, somebody 30 years. Because at that time, God knows that he has been able to, yes, a pastor.
30
I'm
years.
telling you, nurture his flock. He's been able to take care of his flock. So now he's free and the chance to be able to raise his own. Don't push God. Don't push God to the wall. Don't go help God. If he says that it is the right time, I'm going to give you the gift, I'll give it to you. If he says that if I give it to you now, you bleed to death, I won't give it to you. If I give you today, the friend you think that is your friend, that is an enemy, will kill you and break your home. So he won't give it to you. Some people die and we ask God, at the radia day, God knows that if he gives him another, he will backslide and he will lose him. So then he will take his thing. He will let the enemy one take it. That is how it is. If the gift is right for you today, he will give it to you. After my second born, it took me 7 years to give birth again.
7 years?
Oh, yes.
Not that you wanted to wait.
I wanted to give birth. They were coming and they were just going. They come. It gets spoiled and go. Zala miscarriages. But at the right time, God gave me. I am a human being. I ask questions. I cry. I weep. But you still have to. Even Jesus on the cross says that, God, not my will.
Yeah.
Or say, not my will, but your will. So tell God, not my will, but your will be done in my life. So wait at the right time. God will give you the gift. It's not as if I have been there. I have wept. I have cried. I know the pain. I know the things the people at church now. They're wait, God will give you. Wait. Don't give up. If it is yours, God will give you. God will give at the right time. They are gifts. He gives them at the right time. So please, wait.
God gives gifts and he gives them at the right time. So wait. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And so I want you to share, like, and subscribe to Ginnas Corner. Because you never know, like I always say, who will be coming next and what our next topic will be. Auntie Perppy,
Yes, yeah.
thank you.
Thank you too.
Once again for honoring our invitation to be on Ginnas Corner. We learned a lot today.
Thank you.
And yeah, your advice was so on point and solid.
Bless God.
You touched on a lot of things that I was curious about. And this episode is actually one of my favorites. And I know that the people out there would also love it. So, till next time, keep waiting.